Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It is Friday, April 29th, end of the month. Getting ready to go into May. I'm liking May, Mark. It feels like summer's around the corner. And Mark and I have just completed an enormous effort to get all of our vacation stuff in the can. And you've been so good. You just sort of, you drip it out like every week, a little bit of an extra bit of recording that we do. So it's not so onerous. And I feel like we're quite prepared this year. Do you feel good about it, Mark?
Oh, I feel great. Yeah, a little bit at a time. That way we don't have to kill ourselves, a week or two before. And this is definitely the way to do it.
Yeah. And we're hoping that Mark gets away for his vacation this summer, and it will be taking his son on an airplane for the first time ever. Are you a little nervous about that, though, Mark? That sort of seems daunting to me.
I'm not nervous about the airplane at all. That will be no problem. He'll be fine on the plane. What I'm a little concerned about, because I just don't know how it's going to go, is the jet lag and kind of the sleeping situation in a hotel. That freaks me out a little bit.
It'll be what it is. Like he'll be tired and then he'll be cranky and you won't sleep. And that's usually how things go in your world, right? Have a drink. Exactly right. Have a little du vin blanc or du vin rouge. All right. So if you've got a financial question, we'd love to hear from you. Just give us a holler. Go to jillonmoney.com and click the Contact Us button. Now, while you're on the website, you might as well bookmark it because you never know when you have a financial question. And also sign up for our free weekly newsletter. Mark, how are newsletter subscriptions going? Trending higher. That's good to hear. And what about downloads? Are those also trending higher? Do you know what the actual number is? You just saying that, or you just saying that to just shut me up, aren't you? All right. Very good. And you know why we're doing well? Because we have a fantastic listening community. We really do. So I appreciate that. And Mark and I always appreciate that you guys take the time to listen to us. We really do. So thank you very much. And today we are talking, first of all, Mark and I are suckers for anyone with an accent. So if you have an accent when you are completing your form at jillonmoney.com, you might as well say, I have an accent, and we'll probably give you priority. That's why Evelyn is joining us today. She's got a fantastic accent, even though she's from New York City. So hello, Evelyn. Welcome to the program. What can we do for you?
Hello, Jill. Hello, Mark. Thank you so much. This is exciting. Yeah, so me and my husband are looking a little bit in the future. He is going to retire in about 8 years. Our kids hopefully will be out of college in about 9-10 years. And at that time, we'd love to leave the city, live somewhere else on this beautiful planet. And we would like to have flexibility because we're not exactly sure where that will be and how that will all happen. And I was wondering if there are any things you advise for people who would like to, have some flexibility, and are there any thoughts on living elsewhere?
Yeah. I mean, you're saying live somewhere else, not in the United States. You're saying live somewhere else, like in the world, right?
Yeah. I mean, it could be the US. We really are. It will not be New York City.
You sound a little, are you like burnt out on NYC? What's going on, Evelyn?
No. I still love it. Love it. But I think in 10 years, we would love to be someplace warm.
Oh, warm. All right. Southern Hemisphere. Okay. How old are you?
I'm 46. He is 52.
Okay. Do you both work?
Yeah. He works for the city. He works for CUNY, which is the city university. Yeah. And I am a freelance photographer.
He works for CUNY. How much does he make?
He makes, before taxes and all that, $109,000.
109. In 8 years, when he's 60 years old and he's retiring, what is his pension?
As far as I can tell, it's all a little confusing, but I think it will be $65,000.
That's good. That's a nice base, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
That's pretty good. Will he also be entitled to Social Security?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have a Social Security benefit floating around anywhere?
The last one I can see is the one from a couple of years ago, which was $2,700 a month.
At his full retirement age, which would be like 67?
67. Yep, you're right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So $2,700 a month. Okay, great. Now, you are self-employed?
Yep.
Have you saved some money in a retirement account?
I have. I have saved in a SEP IRA. I have about 205,000 of this morning. Mm-hmm. And then I just started 2 years ago a Roth IRA, which has about 12,000 in it.
Great. Okay. I forgot to ask, in addition to his pension, does he also make a
Yeah.
contribution? He does. So he has a defined contribution plan as well.
So
Like is
there
it
are
a
two
457 plan?
there are two different ones. He has the New York State Deferred Compensation Plan 457B, which has 50,000 in it. And then he also has a TIAA tax deferred annuity plan, which has 155,000 in it.
All right. I like it. I like it. Okay. Now, here's a big question for you guys in that is, do you have an idea about how much you really need to spend when we have this blissful 10 years from now? I mean, let's talk in today's dollars. Like if you
Right.
did not have your kids today, do you have a sense of what you might need?
If we wouldn't have tuition for the girls, it's probably 8,000 a month.
What happens in 8 years? You just like ditching out on your career or what?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll both be working in some capacity.
Okay. When I look at his stuff, right?
Yeah.
He has this 60, and it's probably going to be more because, as you work in the pension system, your benefits should increase. But if we look in today's dollars, he's basically got $5,400 a month from the pension, then $2,700 a month from his Social Security. And then what's your Social Security benefit estimate?
Same thing, 2,700.
But you're young, so we have to wait to get that. I mean, so what that means is you kind of get covered. I mean, gross, right? Obviously. Oh, wait, does he get health care because he's part of CUNY?
He does.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So, I mean, you're pretty close to getting covered. I see why this could actually work. How old are the kids now?
They are 15 and 13.
Any money saved for college or are they going to CUNY?
They do have a little saved. So we have, for the 15-year-old, we have about 25,000 in a 529. And for the little one, we have about 20,000 in a 529.
How much is the apartment worth?
The apartment is worth, after flip taxes and all that, 600,000.
Okay, so you've got pension, defined contribution, 457, TIAA, your SEP IRA, Roth IRA. What about money that's non-retirement?
So we have 30,000 cash, which is like immediate emergency, and when we have 60,000 in a brokerage account.
If in your best case scenario, right, it's 10 years from now, 10 years from now, the kids are done with college, you've sold the apartment, you've paid your flip tax, you got 600 grand in cash. That money you would use to kind of supplement the pension that your husband would receive because you need sort of to pay for the gap between the pension kicking in and Social Security kicking in, right? Correct. And so yeah, you could do that. I mean, you wouldn't buy anything. If you move somewhere else, you wouldn't buy anything. Okay. That's sort of number one.
Probably not.
Yeah. Okay. So you use some of that cash up. I don't know. You're not that far off. It kind of depends. Like if you want more security, if you want to do this and you feel like a little like queasy at the time, he just keeps working. That's kind of how you would make yourself feel better. There's no reason why you can't do this. The issue, it would always be that you need liquidity. But if you're willing to sell your apartment, you've got liquidity. So that seems fine to me. I guess the only other thing is that you're underfunded for college, but what's the game plan for college? Are you saying kids got to go to public school or what? What's the hope here?
Well, the hope, like all their schooling so far, they have been at private institutions with incredible financial aid. They're great students. So the hope is that could continue. Yes, amazing financial aid, but New York City prices, we still pay $25,000 a year. So we still, with our incomes as they are right now for the next 10 years, hoping all goes in the same direction, we would still be able to afford $25,000 a year.
All right. I mean, that sounds good. And also you said you're willing to work some, like not like full time, but you're going to work a little bit, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
And you could take it like for you, it's a kind of, it sounds interesting because you could take a project when you want and you could do that from anywhere or what? Like, are you limited?
Well, who knows what I want to do in 10 years? I'm not sure if I could be something completely different. I could go more digital and do more retouching or things like that. So I will keep learning and keep on it, and we shall see. But I will want to work. I got
to tell you something. I need some retouching right now. You know what's funny? I looked at Mark was redoing the website. He's like, send me some pictures. So a very dear friend of mine is a photographer, and she sends pictures. And I said, Carrie, what's with those lines? Like, get rid of them. She goes, those are wisdom lines. I said, no, they're wrinkles.
Yeah, that's funny.
So you can use that anytime. So, all right. I think you can do this. I'm on board with it. It sounds like a kind of a cool plan. Listen, if you're going to another country versus another part of the United States, there are some issues just about making sure that you have accounts that are set up in the right way and that things are sort of automatically done. But, there would be a lot more information you'd have before you pull the trigger on this game plan. You've got to figure out where you want to go. Like, give us the top 3 right now of like where you'd want to go.
So there's the whole Costa Rica, Mexico area.
Mm-hmm.
Then it could also be, the southern side of America. It could be Arizona, for example,
Okay.
or Portugal, for example.
What languages do you speak? So you're European, so it just automatically you speak many more languages than the dumb Americans. So why don't you give us your rundown of so do you both speak Spanish?
Well, he only speaks English. He's the American, but I
for
do
God's
speak,
sakes, how could you? You really married beneath you. We know this. Evelyn is German by birth, and we're going to have her do the introduction with my name in a second. But so you speak English, German. What else?
French and Spanish to a working knowledge. I wouldn't be able to have this conversation in English or French or Spanish, but English and German I speak fluently.
Oh, Evelyn wrote in and she said she's got an account that's labeled not TIAA, but it's a different account. Is this where the SEP IRA is? Where is this?
Oh, right. The SEP. Oh, okay. This is a good segue to my other question that I had. So yes, it's a SEP IRA that is with a company called sepira.
What's that? Is that like an investment advisory firm?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And that is that to me, because just in preparation for this, I was downloading the statements and everything. That is a big mess.
That's a big mess.
It seems to me. I mean, it's just like this jungle of funds and things. And I'm trying to figure out how much do I pay for it, and I can't tell. Anyhow, but I was thinking I'm changing my company from LLC to an S Corp, which allows me to open a solo 401k.
You can open a solo 401k with as an LLC. Do you know that? Yes, you can.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. So I want to do it now, thinking that I can put more money into retirement with that option. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely can. But I mean, you don't need to put so much more into retirement. Don't worry about it. You're going to be okay, but you can. And you want to get rid of the sepira and their weirdness?
Yes. It's just too much. Listening to your show. I mean, just if I look at this, it's like, I don't know. It's like 3 pages of individual funds.
Forget it. Move it. Move it. Move it. Move on, sister. So let's get rid of that. Let's go. You can go to Vanguard. Where's your Roth?
Fidelity. I have a Fidelity.
Okay, good. So just move the SEP to Fidelity. Yeah. You can just move it over. In fact, I mean, you can just move it as is. You don't have to do anything. And then Fidelity will help you open a solo 401k. And you can do it. You can keep it. You can keep an LLC. There's not a problem.
I know on the show you've talked oftentimes about TIAA and how much you like them. I would have the option to get into TIAA through my husband.
Yeah, you could do that too. I mean, but I don't want, if you like Fidelity, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a problem either way. And so if you can use it, sure, you can use TIAA craft. It's great. And if you want to just do it at Fidelity and keep these two separate for now, fine. That's also fine.
Yeah. If I would just get like a target date type situation, just to keep it super simple.
Well, what do you mean? You got $200,000 in the SEP. You mean that we can do better? Mark, can you give her the allocation for $200,000 in her SEP, please?
60% in an S&P 500 index fund or a total market index fund. You can have, maybe 15% in an international stock index fund, and then the rest in bonds.
That's it. Intermediate term bond fund. Boom, done. 3 funds, easy peasy.
Yeah, that would be so much easier. I mean, now it truly is a...
and you're paying, look, put it this way. You're paying, we don't know what you're paying, but you're paying something. And whatever you're paying will fall to your bottom line. So you might as well just, let's keep that moolah, baby. Let's keep it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Right?
I agree.
All right.
Mhm.
I feel good about this plan. I'm going to come visit you. I mean, Portugal's hard. Portuguese is a very hard language. I have a niece and a nephew who are half Brazilian. And I'm going to tell you something. That's a weird language and it screws with you if you speak Spanish. So I think that Costa Rica, Mexico, or Arizona, I'm on board with. Although I'd like to visit Portugal where I've never been.
Well, how about Spain then? We'll go close to the Portuguese border.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Portugal's supposed to be pretty awesome. Let's
Yeah,
keep
that's
in
why.
touch. Let's keep in touch. Okay,
Sure.
now before we go, okay. You have your estate planning documents, you got a will, you got a power of attorney, you have a healthcare proxy?
We do. All of that is 15 years old because we did that when we were pregnant with our first child. So
Yes.
it's time. It's time to look.
All right, just you can update it. It actually gets easier as they get older. It's not a problem. The guardianship starts to be less of an issue. How about life insurance?
Yeah, we both have $1 million for the next 15 years.
That's perfect. That seems good to me.
I have a question. Evelyn, never been to Germany. What's the first city you would recommend?
Oh, this is a good question. Leave that in, Mark. Don't edit yourself out. Okay, we're going to Germany. I've been a long time ago, but let's go. Where should we go?
If you want to go to fairy tale land, everything that have seen in picture books and all that, go to Munich, of course.
Yes.
If you want more like Brooklyn, a little edgier, a little grungier, and more history also as well, Berlin.
Mhm.
And then if you want glitzy and a harbor town, go to Hamburg.
Oh, Hamburg. Say it like you're German. Come on.
Hamburg.
Hamburg.
Berlin und München.
Okay, Evelyn, do you want to say my name the way it is supposed to say? Like, welcome to, right? So this is what you're going to say. You're going to say, welcome to the Jill on Money show with Jill Schlesinger, but say it like a German would say it. Okay.
Herzlich willkommen zur Jill on Money show mit Jill Schlesinger.
And now say Schlesinger a couple of times because I love it.
Schlesinger, Schlesinger, Schlesinger.
Perfect. I love it. Oh my God, it's great.
Do you know that there's a region in Germany called Schlesingen?
Yeah,
So
I do know that.
I wonder if that's where your people came from.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we have a very strange history. We're like, jokingly, we always say we're sort of like Mayflower Jews, that we're Jews who came over much earlier than the normal Jewish diaspora that came out of the European region. So it could be for sure. I mean, this was like pre-Ellis Island, so it's very strange.
I see. Yeah, I see.
All right. I'm excited for you, Evelyn. Keep enjoying New York City while you can. If you, like Evelyn, have a really exciting next chapter that you want to run by us, all you need to do is go to jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and tell us what's on your mind. If you have an accent, we will probably give you priority. We probably will. Sign up for the free weekly newsletter while you're there, and don't forget to leave us a rating and review. Now, it's Friday, and Fridays we do some business. Our music is composed by Joel Goodman. Mark Talercio is our executive producer and sometimes co-host. You never know when he'll pop up. We are distributed by Cadence 13. Put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. Just do something nice for someone else today. Grit, growth, grace. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.